Hey there, Rebel. Today I'm going to show you how you can take your Kittle design to Printful product. So let's get started. Now, previously I showed you a little bit about Kittle, and as a beginner myself, tried to show you a little bit of an in-depth tutorial how to get started with Kittle, how to customize from a template, as well as create your own design. If you haven't watched that video, it's linked down below. So go ahead and watch that before watching this. If you're familiar with Kittle or don't use Kittle and use Canva, just want to know how to get a design from a design program onto a Printful print-on-demand product, then let's get started. So previously I have created a Kittle design. It's listed in my projects on Kittle. I created this Rad Dads Club shirt design for Printful. So it's already saved and downloaded into my computer. Now let's head to Printful to get it uploaded to a t-shirt. So here we are on Printful. If I wanted to add my specific design to any sort of item, I can either find that in the suggested products. Otherwise, you're going to want to go to the left-hand side where it says Product Catalog. And there you are able to see all of the available products that Printful has to offer. They have embroidery products, all over print products, as well as direct-to-garment printing products, which is what we are going to design today. There's also men's clothing, women's clothing, children's clothing, accessories, home and living, and hats. So there are literally hundreds of products that Printful prints and produces all in-house and then shipped directly to your customers through print on demand. If you're not familiar with print on demand is essentially you, the designer, opening up a shop or a website. Now, Printful connects with a variety of different kinds of platforms, whether that be Shopify, Etsy, WooCommerce, Wix, Squarespace. You can either have your stuff on Walmart, or if you have a blog, you can connect using BigCommerce, or you can connect via Gumroad. There are literally so many connections that Printful offers to be able to have a print-on-demand shop. I personally use Shopify, Etsy, and WooCommerce through a WordPress website. So when creating a Printful account, you can do so completely for free. If you want a little bit less of a production cost, you can sub into the Printful Growth Program. That's about $25 a month. And again, like I said, it'll give you a little bit less of a cost for the production fees on some products. But when creating a new store, there's lots of different platforms that you can connect Printful to. For this example, we're going to connect to Etsy. Now, there's a video for you to watch if you need help getting started. Otherwise, you're just going to connect to your Etsy account and then assign the products and upload your print files. So I am already logged in to my Etsy account. So then what I want to do is just select this button right here that says Connect to Etsy. So once you select Connect to Etsy, this is going to pop up. You're just going to have to basically log into Etsy and then just continue to connect. So now that my Printful account is connected with my Etsy, all I'm going to have to do is just add a product. And I can select any product that Printful has to offer. So depending on what platform you want to host your print-on-demand shop on, it really depends on preferences. There's a variety, pros and cons with each platform, so it's really just going to take a little bit of research and maybe some figuring out along the way. If you start with one shop and you don't like it, you can always take the products that you have created on one shop and then copy them to another store. So don't feel like if you create all of your products on one shop, they're stuck there. You can integrate them over to a different shop if you find that you like a different one better. For this example, I'm going to show you how to connect to something. I already have stores set up, but I'm going to show you how you would connect your store to Etsy. Now Etsy itself, it's going to show you when you select one of these integrations, a video directly how to set everything up. Before you select connect to Etsy, you want to go over to your Etsy account and make sure you're logged in with the account that you want to connect to your Etsy. Then once you select that connect, it's going to automatically sign you in via Printful and then connect your shop directly to Etsy. And when you have everything set up, this is what it's going to look like. So your store name is going to be on the top. You can either select to have your products imported from Etsy so they're synced. It's going to show you what's out of stock. It's going to show you a variety of things. Now, the reasons my photos don't show up right here is because all of the photos that I have listed on my Etsy are not photos that have generated from Printful. I've actually created my own mock-up images, so they're not going to show up on my Printful account that I have connected to Etsy. I can edit the product directly, whether that be editing the description, the design. I can also download the mock-ups. I can edit the price, or I can add variants, or by ignoring it basically will become unviewable in my shop, so it will be able to be hidden. If I wanted to edit it directly in Etsy, I would just select this button and then Printful would direct me to my Etsy account so I could edit this product directly in Etsy. And then whatever edits I make in Etsy will connect back to Printful. So by integrating these two platforms, they talk to each other. So whatever changes you make on one, they will show up in the other. Now, when connecting with a Shopify account, it's going to be just a little bit different just because Shopify operates a different way. So before you connect Printful to your Shopify store, you want to make sure that you create a Shopify account. You have to establish and create a Shopify account before you connect Printful. So first, you want to set up your Shopify account, and then you're going to go to Apps on Shopify and install the Printful app. Then, once you log in to the app directly on Shopify, you'll be able to connect your store and then add products directly onto Shopify, all within that Printful app. So going to printful.com, you won't have to do because the app itself is already installed on your Shopify website. So it's a little bit different, kind of an all-in-one thing. But if you wanted to just work solely on Printful and not go into Shopify, everything that you do on your Printful account will then show up in Shopify because they are connected. So when you are on Shopify website, if you go to Apps and then Printful, it's going to pop up Printful for you. And because mine is already integrated, everything that I have added to Printful shows up directly on my Shopify website. And then it's also able to tell me, okay, these products are from Printify, These are from my store, which is Printful. So definitely a little bit different than Etsy, but still cool. If you go to File Library, you're able to upload all of the files that you plan on using for your designs. This is going to save you a lot of time when it comes to designing, and whenever you upload a file to a new design, all of your files are going to show up in your file library. So if you ever seem to maybe have misplaced something, go to your file library, and all of your files that you have uploaded to designs or products that you have made, they'll show up here. If you wanted to create a product template, you would go to Product Templates and select Create Product. What a product template does is it basically expedites the process of creating a new product. Especially if you're going to be creating multiple of the same products, but just with different designs. The template allows you to click through and select all of those settings for the same products, just changing out the design every time. So if I have all of these templates created, if I wanted to, all I would have to do in order to change the design on this product, for example, I would just have to select Edit, and then all of my preset settings are going to automatically generate on this product. So it's going to be black, it's going to be white embroidery, it's going to be all of the same specifics that I initially set for this specific product template. If you want to create a new product template, you would go up to Create Product, and you're going to then select a product you want to create the template for. For this example, we're going to do men's clothing, and I want to select a sweatshirt. These are all of the available products for men's sweatshirts that Printful offers, and their sweatshirts and products are rated by stars and then reviews if people so wish to write them. They also give you the price breakdown, and the price that you see is the cost of production. So that is how much Printful charges you in order to produce the product. Why that's important is you want to consider that price of production when charging your customers the retail price. So whatever your production price is and your retail price, you're going to make the difference. So if I charge $30 for this sweatshirt and it costs $27.75 to produce, I'm only going to make a few dollars profit because that is the difference between the retail price and the production price. So pricing for retail is definitely something you need to consider, as well as knowing the product production cost. So for this example, I'm going to select this unisex crew neck sweatshirt, which is a Gildan 18,000 product. What's cool about Printful is they have several different areas where you can actually put your design. So they have the left chest, the center chest, the large center, which is new, the left wrist, it shows you a little placement down here on the product, the right wrist, the back, or the outside label, which is going to be, again, where this picture shows, just right below that neckline. So I'm going to select center chest for my template. I want to do DTG printing, which is direct to garment printing, which means my design is going to be printed directly onto the garment. And how that works is the blank product will be put directly into the printer, and the design is going to be printed directly onto the fabric. So there's no prints, there's no iron-on transfers, none of that. The print is directly printed onto the material and product itself. So that's what I'm selecting for this specific template. Now, as far as colors go, for this Gildan 18,000 crew neck sweatshirt, they offer black, navy, maroon, red, dark heather, royal, indigo blue, military green, light blue, sport gray, sand, light pink, and white. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here for this unisex sweatshirt by Gildan, there are different options, color options that you can select, as well as several different size options as well. So I'm going to select, keeping in mind what kind of design I want to put on it. I'm thinking the blacks and the blues are going to be good. And then I want to be inclusive in my sizing, so I'm going to select all sizes. Now here you'll see on the bottom the price changes a little bit when you select all the sizes, because it's going to cost more to produce a larger sized item, almost by $10. So when considering that, you can either price your products differently based on sizing, or you can just adjust your prices so everything is priced the same. It's really up to you. Next, before you can go to save your template, you need to upload your design to your product. Now, all of these designs here are in my file library, but I don't want to use any of these designs, so I'm going to upload a new file. I'm going to actually upload the file that I created in Kittl in my previous video, which is up here, and it's saved under new product or new project. I'm going to double click that, and it's just going to load into my file library. It's usually rather quickly, it just depends on your internet. And then once I scroll or kind of move my cursor over the design, I'm going to select apply, and it's going to generate this onto my design. Now here it says that the background is transparent, so I can go back and adjust this. I'm just going to adjust this a little bit size-wise, and the only reason is why it's saying that it's an average DPI is because of that transparent background. So what I'm going to do, because that's popping up, I'm actually going to go back into Kittl and adjust my design. So I want to make sure that when I upload a product to Printful or a design to Printful, it's going to show me a green. It's going to say good here instead of average. My DPI and everything else is completely fine. It's just the fact that this file contains semi-transparent elements, and in Printful's eyes, that's not great. So what I want to do is release the mask, and then this image, which is the checkered image, I'm going to change the transparency. I need to turn the opacity all the way back up to 100, but because that's so bright, it kind of gets lost on the background right here. So I want to just change these colors just a little bit. Okay, I adjusted that a little bit, so let's go back into Printful and see if we can re-upload this design now that the background isn't transparent. I'm going to select apply, and now it's showing the print quality is good. So that is great news. If I wanted to adjust it at all, I can just do that by selecting one of these outside buttons. But if I move it like this, it's going to print outside of the print area. So you want to be cautious when enlarging your images so that they stay inside of the print area. It's also showing me, if my design is maybe to the left or to the center. So I want to make sure that it's up a little bit, not completely centered. But yeah, that looks good. And then on the side, actually, I can upload my product to another, I can upload my design to another product. I can also add another element to the back or the outside label or the right sleeve or the left sleeved, and that is available with the DTG printing option. Now, once I'm all set with my design and everything, I'm going to go to Save to Templates, and this is going to show up as a template on my product templates page. And here it is, available in all of these different colors and all of those different sizes with my specific design on it. Okay, so if you wanted to create a product and add it directly onto your store, you're going to go to Stores and then select Add Product. And this is going to allow you to select a product and then automatically generate it right to the store that you have connected to your Printful account. There's a variety of products. You can also search by either new products or eco-friendly, as well as collections and brands that work specifically with Printful. And there's quite a few brands that work with Printful, such as Adidas or Bella and Canvas, Champion, Comfort Colors, Gildan. Lots of different brands work with Printful, so you're getting quality products. So for this, I'm going to create this oversized faded t-shirt, and this is by AS Color 5082. It's available in 5 different colors and from sizes small to 3XL. It cost $22.95 for Printful to produce this shirt. It's also labeled as new in Printful. I love how this is oversized. It's an oversized style t-shirt. And if we select this, we'll be able to now start designing. When you are designing on Printful, you have this toolbar over here, so you're able to see the product directly. You can either select direct-to-garment printing or embroidery, and you can also select the colors that you want to create this design for. I'm going to select all of the colors and all of the different sizes. Oh, just kidding. I cannot select this one because that one's discontinued. So if that ever pops up, it won't let you go to the next step until you deselect the one that's not available. So my product selection is all good. Layers, that's where your design layers are going to show up. Uploads, you can either upload a new file from your computer, iPad, phone, etc., or you can go through and add a file from your file library. You can also add text directly onto your design and move it around however you would like. You can also add clip art. Printful has their own set print art elements, so if you wanted to, you could essentially create a design all on Printful, which is super cool. Obviously, compared to places like Canva or Kittl, there's definitely a lot less options that you're able to use, and like less editing features, and some of these even like, you can add them in different colors, but all of these elements are included in your Printful subscription. Like, you don't have to pay anything extra for them, which is super cool. So you could essentially create a design all on Printful and then upload it to a product directly on Printful and then put it into your print-on-demand shop. So it basically, cuts out having a design subscription if you wanted to go that way. But just scrolling through, they're not terrible. They're definitely different, unlike things that I've seen on Kindle and Canva, but like, they're super cute. What's cool about all of the clip art that Printful offers is they are vector size images, so I can put the same design on a t-shirt as I can on a larger product like a blanket, and it's still going to be a crisp image because it's a vector file, which is super cool. There's also quick designs, which these are already designs that are almost like Printful design templates. So these utilize Printful elements as well as Printful text, and it's designs that are already pre-created for you, which is why they are quick designs, because they're already ready to go. There's also premium elements, premium vector graphics, and premium patterns. Now, premium would only be available to you if you have a Printful premium account. It is a monthly subscription that you are paying for. Also on the side toolbar is the option to hire a Fiverr designer. So it's going to take you directly to printful.com/Fiverr, and you'll be able to hire a Fiverr expert like me to design, upload, and create print-on-demand products all done for you. At least that's what I do. If you're interested in designing with me or working together, comment down below or send me a message. I'd be happy to work with you, give you some tips, help you find a niche, help you find products, whatever it is. I'm your girl if you go to Fiverr. But I want to design this shirt with the design that we previously designed in Kindle. So I'm just going to go to uploads, and it's going to generate the file library. And now this file is good to go because, again, it was showing that the background was transparent, so it was showing up as not a good file to upload, but now it's good to go. And I don't want it completely centered. I think I want it just a little bit lower. Okay, so this is what my design looks like, and it's going to be available on all of these different color shirts. I'm not sure if I want it on the khaki, but I think the faded eucalyptus, faded bone, and then this faded black color that's offered in these as color shirts is going to look good. I want to see what it's going to look like on a mock-up. So that is I believe it's the back of the shirt. Yes, that's the back of the shirt, and this is the front of the shirt. So that is what my design is going to look like mocked up on a shirt. I'm not sure how I like that, so I think I'm going to enlarge this just a tad and move it over. If you feel like when you have hold of your image and the cursor, your mouse isn't really getting it to where you want, you can select your image and then move it over slightly with your arrow keys on your keyboard. So I'm really just slightly moving this with my keyboard keys. So now when I go to mockups, that design is a little bit better. Once I'm happy with how my design looks and previewing it in that mockup selection, I'm going to select continue. This is going to then take me to the mockup selection. I can either choose mockups or I can create my own. I'm going to choose mockups for this example. So here, like I said, Printful is on another level when it comes to product mockups, and I feel like as far as other print-on-demand platforms go, Printful definitely offers you a larger, more realistic looking variety of mockups. So all of these mockups are going to essentially be selected when I upload my product. I don't want any, like, this is for dads, so I'm not particularly going to use any female mockups. But if I wanted to, I can then go ahead and select additional mockups. So my main mockup, I want it to be this gentleman here, and I want it to be in, I want it in the faded, do I want it in the faded? No, I think I want it in the faded bone design. So this is going to be my main image. And then if I go to additional, these are all of the additional mockups that are going to generate on my listing. I want to select all of the forward-facing designs. And then I want to select a folded design. And then I want to select another lifestyle design, which I don't know why it's this one. So I'm going to deselect that. Okay, whatever. And then once I'm happy with all of my mockups, I am going to go select continue. And this is going to take me to the details section of my product. In whatever store I have connected to this product, for this example, I've selected Etsy. All of these details that I type into my title, description, and then tags, if I scroll down here, are going to automatically generate on Etsy. When creating a product title for your print-on-demand products, you want to make sure that you are using good SEO keywords. And that means that your keywords that you use in your titles and your descriptions should direct your audience to what your product is, who your product is for, and then maybe some other attributes that your product has. So for this specific design, it's meant for Father's Day. It's meant for like cool, rad dads, maybe car dad, cool dads, Father's Day. So if you are not familiar with Etsy or how to search Etsy keywords, I would suggest going to eRank and utilizing their keyword search tool to find keywords that you can actually see how well they are performing on Etsy with the eRank keyword tool. You can use eRank for free. Otherwise, it is a paid subscription, but I use it for free and it's really not an issue. So once you are on eRank, you're going to go up to Tools and then go to the Keyword tool. And that's going to take you to their Keyword tool search and kind of show you a little bit about how it works. But all you're going to do in this search bar, and there's other platforms that you can search keywords for, but for this example, we're going to do Etsy. I'm going to search Father's Day shirt and then just select enter. And it's going to generate for me keywords and as well as the searches, the clicks, the click-through rate, and then the competition on Etsy. So I can see right now the searches are good, the clicks are good, the click-through rate is good, but the Etsy competition is very, very high. So it might be a good idea to then niche down on what my specific keyword is. Now, If I was to upgrade, I'd be able to see all of these other numbers. If that's important to you, please go ahead and feel, you can go and subscribe and, get a subscription to eRank. If you plan on selling on Etsy, it's definitely worth the investment. Again, it's definitely, I want to say anywhere from 10 to 20 bucks a month, depending on, the tier that you are subscribing to. So if we were to do this, we can see that all of these keywords right here have a very high Etsy competition. So as we scroll through the next pages, we can see, okay, look, Father's Day pet shirt, that is still showing up in green. So it has very low Etsy competition, but maybe it might not be searched as much. But the first Father's Day shirt is actually like really good. When I go to create a product on Etsy, Etsy competition numbers definitely, I take into consideration those numbers, and I want to make sure that I'm staying in the green when coming up with keywords. I might use a red word, I might use a yellow word just because I want to show up in that search as well. But I don't want to use a bunch of red keywords because I'm going to essentially be, my listing isn't going to show up, or it might be very hard for my listing to show up among 235,000 other items. My product would especially be very hard to find among 12 million other products. But like this shirt, that's not a long tail keyword, it's just one keyword. The difference between a long tail keyword and a keyword is the amount of words in your tag. So a keyword would be shirt because that is, it's an object, it's something that, you can search. It's just one keyword though. It's just a keyword, nothing plural about it. A long tail keyword is, a keyword that's going to have multiple words in that one tag, like Father's Day t-shirt. It's still its own keyword that is like a searchable item, but because there's multiple words in that keyword, it's considered a long tail keyword. And the keywords that I'm looking for to put into my listing, title, and description, I want to make sure that the Etsy competition is fairly low. So utilizing good searchable SEO keywords is going to get me found, even though that number might seem high. If I utilize keywords in my title, my description, and all 26 tags, I'm going to hop up in that search because I've utilized such good SEO keywords in my listings. So I think for my product, I'm going to do first Father's Day t-shirt as one of my keywords. So I'm going to go back into Printful and write car dad shirt. Oops. Rad Dads Club. Also, when you are creating your product titles, I wouldn't suggest writing in or typing in any apostrophes or like any sort of special elements besides commas to separate each long tail keyword because they're just not searchable elements. So even though this is going to show up as, missing a apostrophe right between the R and the S, I would just not worry about little things like that. As also with t-shirt too, because if you go directly to Etsy, sometimes a lot of keywords that show up as being highly searched, some of them even have misspellings, and most of them don't include apostrophes, don't include like hyphens. So when coming up with good keywords for your listings and your descriptions, you want to essentially think like your customer and title and describe your products like if your customer was to type in exactly what they were looking for your products would pop up. So using very niche specific keywords is going to help your products pop up among your desired audience. As well as utilizing keywords not only in your title, but also in your description as well. And what Printful does is they will generate a description for you. If you want to keep this description, you totally can. You can change it, add more keywords to it. I would, though, definitely keep these bullet points, as most people like to see the specific product details for the product that they are looking at. So keeping these little bullet point elements are, I think, just a great thing to have in your description. You might want to get rid of these extra elements just because that's not really common knowledge unless you are in Europe where they use a different measurement system, as well as this. I personally take that away because I just don't think it's necessary for my customer to know, because literally if I was buying a product from let's say Hobby Lobby, a t-shirt, and then printing it myself and shipping it myself, that product is still going to be sourced probably from China or somewhere overseas. So I usually just forego that. If you want to keep it in, that's totally up to you, but I usually just get rid of that. This selection right here, the benefits of on-demand manufacturing. As a Etsy seller, you need to list your providers or the people that you are working with that help produce your products. So you need to list Printful if you are using Etsy as a production partner. You can do so in your settings, but this is just a good little thing to add if you are using print on demand, and I think it just helps build trust with your customers. And not many people know about print on demand, so they might just think it's you that's doing these printed orders, but understanding that the whole benefit behind print on demand is ultimately reducing waste and then reducing overproduction, and it's just better for the environment, the supplier, and the customer all around. You can also add a size guide as an image. I think this is a great thing to do instead of creating your own, because on Printful, all of the products that you select are going to have this option, and it's going to automatically generate all the right sizes you need for this specific image and product. You can even see, you can edit the size guide in your store's platform if you needed to. I always like to select this because on Etsy, good Etsy practice is having 10 images per listing, and sometimes that can feel like a lot, especially with print-on-demand products, if maybe you're only offering one variation in one color. So adding all those extra images is sometimes a lot. So knowing that at least one of your images is going to be a size guide, it's just, something good that you should include in your images. You can also change the size guide's measurement system from imperial or metric. If you live in the United States, we use the metric system. Everywhere else uses the imperial system, so just make sure you are aware of that. And here are all of the size guides for the metric system, and this is going to essentially be generated into an image that will show up on your listing. Now, when you go to add your tags, here they only generate 13. If you are familiar with Etsy, you have your 13 product tags, and then you have 13 tools tags that you can also add in keywords to, and you're actually allowed more characters in those 13 tags. Good Etsy practice, if you want to be found and, rank higher on search for your keywords, put keywords wherever you can. So utilizing all 26 tags is definitely the way to go. So what I'm going to do is add in tags. So I'm going to do dad shirt, Father's Day shirts. And when you add a comma and then space, it's going to generate that keyword as its own tag. Okay, so you're going to want to make sure you add in all your tags. And then if you want to, you can add a style. So this is going to add the category, whether it be men's, women, or unisex. This is for a men's shirt, so I'm going to select men. When everything's all good with that, I'm going to select continue. Next, this is where you're going to edit your product pricing. So it looks like Printful members, if you want to sign up for Printful Growth, which is their subscription program, it's $24.99 a month, and you can also get that 14-day free trial. Looks like there might be other memberships as well, but if you are interested in that, check out Printful Growth. So here is where you're going to change your pricing. So you can either edit your earnings, or you can edit the retail price. So because my products kind of vary in production, so the small costs $22.95 to produce, while the 3XL costs $26.95. That's only a difference of $4. So I'm going to try and have the retail price for all of these sizes the same. I also want to make sure that my earnings for this t-shirt are at least like $5. Now for my t-shirt specifically, if you don't feel like your audience would spend, maybe more than $30 on a t-shirt, maybe designing a t-shirt or offering a t-shirt to your audience isn't, the product for you. But with pricing, you have to understand that, it's all in the name. It's all in how you market your product. If you create awareness and need for your product, your customers are going to trust you and they're going to pay for your product because they want it. But I'm going to increase this final to, I think I want to, it's a good price for a t-shirt. I think $32 for all of them. So I'm going to set them all to $32. And I can either do that by selecting that little plus sign on the side, or I can just type it in on my keyboard. And that's what I'm doing here. So here for the 3XL and the 2XL, I'm earning a little bit less, but if I were to sell a small, medium, large, or extra large, my profit will be around $9, which is good. Once I'm all content with everything, if I need to go back, I can. Then I'm going to submit it to my store. And it's going to generate files and mock-ups that are going to show up on my Etsy shop. While that's uploading, let's check out memberships. Yeah, so it looks like the Printful Growth membership, it's $25 a month. It gets you 20% off of direct-to-garment products, 30% off of other categories. You get a branding discount of 7% and then personalized product transfer assistance. Once you earn or sell over $12,000, you get it free for a year. If you want to upgrade to Printful Business, you're able to get that free for a year once you sell 60,000 plus through Printful. So that's pretty cool. That's definitely a good goal to have and definitely achievable depending on the products that you sell as well as, how you are pricing your products. If you wanted to offer branding of your own into your shop and your items that are sold, you can do so by going to branding, and that's going to be on that left hand side task toolbar. You can edit the order tracking page, the packing slip, packing inserts, custom packaging. Some of this is going to cost you a little bit extra, like the inserts, packaging, if you wanted a custom label to be printed on your images, as well as broidering or the branding presets. But if you wanted to edit your packaging slip as well as your order tracking page customization, you can do that all completely for free. And I would suggest doing that just so when someone receives a packaging slip from you with their product, it's going to show up with your shop name and shop information and not just like Printful's name. There's also branding presets that you can use, and these are going to be packaging materials that you can add into your orders. Or coupon cards, so a variety of things that you can do with your branding materials. You can also see your statistics as well as the warehouse and how it works. You can also create your own promos with Promo Maker through Printful. And these are going to be really good for social media. So you can create Instagram posts or Facebook images, or you can design directly from scratch. And then you'll be able to post those directly with your products, all on Printful. So it's just all in one for you to better promote your products. Let's look at some of the products that Printful has to offer. So they have a variety of men's clothing. They have t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, jackets, and vests, bottoms, as well as swimwear. And you can see them all listed on the side as well. There's also a variety of women's, kids, clothing, and then home and living products like blankets and mugs and journals and table runners, aprons, towels, pillows, lots of different home and living products as well. They have apparel and home decor, lots of different options. I would suggest if you're going to be designing an all-over product like a wine tumbler or a pet bowl, you create a pattern design that is going to be printed all over your product. Like this phone case has an all-over pattern, as well as this phone case and the pet bowl, whereas a t-shirt is just going to have a design in the middle of it. And with Printful, some products are direct to garment printing and then some are embroidered. So there's a variety of ways that you can design and then have your product design put onto your product. So you have a product, you're going to select all of the different elements. You can either select embroidery or direct to garment printing. DTG printing prints directly on your material or product, whether that be a shirt or a blanket. Direct to garment printing, there's no sort of like transfer that the print is being printed on and then like heat pressed onto your product. It's printed directly onto your product through a printer. So that's the difference between like DTG printing and maybe DTV. So DTV is direct to vinyl, where then that vinyl image has to then be heated onto the product of choice. And embroidery is literally what it is, what it sounds like. It's embroidered, so your product will go into an embroidery machine, where on certain Printful products, they only allow you to put your design on a certain area of the product, and that's where the embroidery is going to go. It's only available in certain areas with certain products. So considering that this is a zip hoodie, the left chest area is going to be embroidered on the left chest of the hoodie, but if I select large center embroidery, it needs to be embroidered on the back because of the zipper on the front. There's also left wrist embroidery, right wrist embroidery, and the back you can do it with direct-to-garment printing. If you select direct-to-garment printing, you can get it printed on the front, back, the right or the left sleeve, as well as the outside label, which is going to be just slightly under the neckline. Now, if you have a hoodie, like this is a zip hoodie, it's going to be underneath the hood, but still right under the neckline. So once you select the technique, whether it be DTG or embroidery, you're going to select the colors that you want your product to be available in, as well as the sizes. If I wanted to, I could select all of these colors. I just need to make sure that they are available in all of the different variant sizes. So it looks like the dark heather, the Carolina blue, and the white are not available in a 4XL or a 5XL, and I really would like to have all of those colors available, so I'm just going to deselect the 4XL and 5XL size options. Next would be to upload your design. If it's not available in your file library, you're going to upload a new file. And select from a downloaded image that you have on your computer, iPad, phone, etc. And then you're going to apply that to your product. I'm actually going to change this, so I'm going to go back and reapply. And then once your design looks good, you're going to select continue. You're then going to choose your mockup images and then select continue once you have all the mockups, and then you're going to add in your product title, descriptions, and tags. Once that's all good to go, you're going to press continue, and then this next part you'll be able to edit the pricing. You want to make sure that whatever your estimated earnings are, these are what I personally focus on, because I want to make sure when I have such a high production cost, I want to make sure that I'm, getting paid well. So after Printful production fees and Etsy fees and shipping fees, I'm still making at least $10. So I'm probably going to charge, I want to say, I think $37.50 for all of these. So even for that large, what is that, the 3XL, it's going to give me a profit of $10. Where on the small, medium, and large, I have a profit of $13.55. There's a product calculator that you can use for Etsy just to see like fees and stuff. I would definitely suggest using one of those along with Printful just to see how much you should be charging retail price wise for your Printful products, because you want to be, making a profit with your print on demand items and not owing money. Because there are a lot of Etsy fees, and I would say a good rule of thumb would be like, I think it's almost like maybe altogether more than 10%, less than 20% of your sale. So, and then shipping as well. So definitely you want to consider all of those different fees and prices and stuff into your retail price, so you in turn make a good profit. Once all of that is good to go, your design, your mock-ups, your details, your pricing, you're going to submit to store, and it's going to generate directly onto your Etsy shop. And once it does that, you'll be able to then go into Etsy and see it, view it, edit it, change it, delete it on Etsy. So now if I wanted to, my product is added onto Etsy, and I can go and I can edit it directly in Etsy by selecting this. Now it's going to take me directly to Etsy so I can see all of the different mock-ups that I've selected, as well as adjusting my thumbnail, adding a video. I'm able to then edit my title more if I need to, as well as a little bit more product information about the listing itself, the categories, the primary and secondary colors, sizes, sustainability, clothing style, occasion, holiday, and then my renewal and type options. Description. If you are using Printful, you need to add a production partner onto your Etsy. It's literally required, and you can get your Etsy shop shut down if you don't let Etsy know that you use a third-party partner to create all of your products. So if you do print on demand and are using Etsy, you need to list your print on demand supplier with Etsy. This is where you're also going to add in your tags and your materials. You can edit your price if you need to. And then this is where you would select your shipping.
Nope. I can't do it.
As well as edit your returns and exchanges. Now, right now, this is saved as a draft. So if I wanted to publish this, I would just select publish. Otherwise, it's just going to save it as a draft. But that is how you are going to use Printful, add a product, create a listing, as well as add branding or even create promos, all from Printful for your print-on-demand shop. If you have any questions about Printful, or maybe want to see something in a little bit more detail, write a comment below. I'd love to help you out. Remember, be a rebel and get started with Printful. It's completely free to use, integrates to so many different shops, and is really beginner friendly for print-on-demand users like yourself. See ya.